Math lesson 17. So for today, you guys have a quiz, but you are also going to complete page 31 in your math book. You can go ahead and get that out. Put your name and date at the top. You can pause the video until you're ready. All right, so on page 31, I wanted to do just a few problems with you. Long multiplication, I think we all have that. I'm very excited about that. Division, we are definitely making strides forward in division. So that is exciting too. I've seen some children totally get it. I see some children have it, but are just not confident yet that they have it. So I want to do these two division problems with you. And the rest of this, you guys are going to knock out on your own, okay? All right, so let's look at section 1, letter F. So we have 48,807. That is our dividend. And we are dividing it by 87. In the divisor 87, what will our pretend digit be? Remember, we're going to look at our second digit. If our second digit in our divisor is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we will add 1 to our first digit. So 8 plus 1 is 9. So our pretend digit will be 9. And we're going to say, how many times will 9 go into 48? Well, we know 9 times 5 is 45. So let's try that. But before we try, we have to go back to our real divisor, 87. Can 87 go into 48? No, it can't. So we're going to have to put our 5 above the 8, the second 8, because 87 can go into 488. So we put our 5 straight above our 8. Now when we start multiplying, our first digit to our answer is going to have to go under the 8. Our 5 goes above it. When we start multiplying, our first digit in our answer goes under the 8. 7 times 5 is 35. We put 5 down, we carry our 3. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 3 is 43. We subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3, and 8 minus 3 is 5. Next, we must compare. Is 53 smaller than 87? It is, so we can bring down our next digit, which is a 0. Now we're going to go back to our pretend digit and say, how many times can 9 go into 53? So 9 times 5 is 45, 9 times 6 is 54, but I'm thinking maybe since we rounded up, I'm thinking we can probably still use the 5, okay? Because it was 435. So let's try the 5 and see what happens when we subtract. We'll put our 5 above our 0. Now when we start writing where we multiplied, it's going to be under the 0 we brought down. Everything is a nice straight column. 7 times 5 is 35. Put 5 down. Our 3 is already over here to carry. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 3 is 43. So let's subtract. We can't say 0 minus 5. We cross our 3 out. Make it a 2. We're borrowing from it. Put our 1 in front of our 0. Now we have 10 minus 5 is 5. We can't say 2 minus 3. We cross our 5 out. Put a 4 in front of it. Now we have 12 minus 3 is 9. We compare. Is 95 smaller than our divisor 87? It is not. So that means our 5 really does have to be a 6, okay? Alright, so let's make it a 5, or make it a 6. I want y'all to really be sure that you are using that comparing step. That is very, very, very important. So you're going to erase until you have 488 minus 435 equals 530. And we are going to go ahead and put, how many times will 9 go into 53? We said, I thought I wanted to put 6 up there. We put 5 up there. So we're going to put our 6 up there. 7 times 6 is 42. Put 2 down. Carry our 4. 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 4 is 52. We subtract. We can't say 0 minus 2. Borrow from our 3. 10 minus 2 is 8. Is 8 smaller than our divisor 87? It is, so we are able to bring down our last digit, which is a 7. And how many times will 87 go into 87? 1 time. 1 times 87 is 87. 87 minus 87 is 0. Okay? So let's look at the next one. Letter G. 18,207 divided by 21. So we look at our second digit. If our second digit is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, our first digit can just be our pretend digit. So it's going to be 2. So how many times can 2 go into 1? It can't. How many times can 2 go into 18? It can go in there 9 times. But we have to look at our divisor. Can 21 go into 18? No, but can 21 go into 182? It can. So our 9 is going to have to be above our 2. 9 times 1 is 9. Look what's going to happen, guys. 9 times 2 is 18. Can we subtract 189 from 182? No. So instead of a 9, we're going to have to use an 8. We're going to have to put an 8 above our 2. Now we have 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. We subtract. We can't say 2 minus 8, so we have to borrow from our 8 and make it a 7. Our 2 is now a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. 7 minus 6 is 1. We have 14. Is 14 smaller than our divisor 21? It is, so we bring down our next digit, which is a 0. How many times will 2 go into 14? It'll go in there 7 times, but we're going to have to use a 6, I do believe. So put a 6 up there. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. We subtract. We can't say 0 minus 6. Cross your 4 out and make it a 3. 10 minus 6 is 4. And 3 minus 2 is 1. Is 14 smaller than our divisor 21? It is, so we bring down our next digit, which is a 7. How many times will 2 go into 14? It'll go in there 7 times, and since we have the 7 out here at the end, I believe we're going to be able to use that 7. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. And 147 minus 147 is 0. So those are your division problems for today on your review sheet. You will go ahead and complete this sheet, and you will do your quiz today as well, okay? Y'all do a great job.